the stories are sad, but there's also some encouragement in some of the stories, you know. And for example, this young lady came from Matnik to look for her grandparents, and they were not there. Then I told her we just had two people at the time who were there on the first night who were there, and I took her to them, and it was so heartwarming to see that the two people, one of the two people there was her cousin, who told her that her grandparents were okay. And it touched me so much that the next day, when a bus came and her two brothers were there, because she had gone for them in Matnik, and her grandparents, I couldn't help but let a little, you know, get emotional. But then of course I was able, so this is a success story. She wasn't able to find her grandparents, but then there she is, you know, and and even the people who are coming there, although they've been through a lot, but you can see the resilience in them. Yes, they are just, and we try in as much as possible to help them be, you know, happy and so on. We have 89, well, our last 94 people here, and they're primarily from the Petit Savan area. They started coming in from Monday, yes, when the evacuation began, that's when they started coming in.
All right, you said that you knew it was going to be it's a hurricane shelter, but you didn't realize it was an evacuation center. Tell us the dynamics in terms of the different dynamics between a hurricane shelter and evacuation.
Okay, with the hurricane shelter, you know, you would expect not as many people. So the people would come, they would just come maybe for shelter for maybe a day or two, okay? But here with an evacuation center, you're not sure when the people will be able to leave the center. You know, that's so basically that it is. And the numbers would be a lot greater than if it was just a hurricane shelter.
What has it been like in terms of accommodating the persons in terms of a place to sleep, a place to bathe, a place to shower, you know, and in terms of privacy of the persons? What is being done?
Yes. Okay, well, we have the classrooms that are available, and so we have made the classrooms available. We have, right now we're using 9 classrooms, so we have made this classroom available. One of the challenges that we have is with the elderly. You know, when we started, we were using the top floor, all right, because as we said, it wasn't going to be an evacuation center, so we started using the top floor, all right, but then we had to use the core houses along there, and we tried to place the elderly close to the office so it would be easy access to them, and so that has been, you know, one of the challenges. The bathing areas also have been a challenge because nothing basically had been set up except that last year when the cadet corps came here, they left some pipes that they used as showers, so it was easy for them to, for the people to have a bath. What we are doing now, we have gotten some pallets and some tarpaulin that we are going to make temporary bathrooms out of to make it for them as private and as comfortable as possible. Let me address the Petit Savan people. It's like they have moved from the known to the unknown, okay, and it has been difficult with them. I have seen, and I still see, grown people cry. You know, people much older than I am. I look at them break down, and all I could do was turn away. But the people are strong, and I want them to continue being strong. And they're not only strong people, but they're very understanding people. They realize that this is not their home, and they have not been complaining. We are trying our best to ensure that they are well fed, that they sleep properly, and then they have everything that we can possibly make available to them. And they have not been complaining, they are not complaining. So, you know, I want to congratulate them on that, considering what they have been through. And so the Petit Savan people, you are strong people, you and your family out there. I didn't realize it's like almost everybody in Petit Savan has somebody outside of Petit Savan to go with them, to come to them and to look at their needs. To the general public, we want to thank you for those of you who so far have contributed, whether it's food, clothing, items for babies, your time, Okay, thank you for doing that, whether in Dominica, and because we also have some overseas people who have been calling, finding out how they can help. Although one thing though, remember, we have to remember too that this is a school, and although right now it's an evacuation center, it is still a school. So please, the clothing and so on, we can stop on that, because we do have some clothing there, and so we have to ensure that the space available can meet the needs of even when school comes back. So you can hold back on the clothing. Whatever juice for the children, if you have that, you can bring it. Food, but we must say for now, we are not short of food, because the associations, restaurants, individuals, they have been contributing, whether it's a cooked meal, the churches have also, they're also playing their part, and so individuals, churches, organizations, they are all playing their part. So right now, there is no shortage of anything really at the Dominica Grammar School for our people, and anything that we cannot get, there's a good communication between Miss Roberts and myself. So I call her and then say, okay Doreen, I will get stuff to you, and she tries her best to get whatever. When I call, even if I call at 10 o'clock in the night and ask for blankets, within an hour, 45 minutes, she ensures that the blankets are there. And so we have Miss Roberts, and so it's just wonderful working with her, and with the team that I have. It was started with 2 of us to be in the shelter, but then we had like I said, organizations, the staff of the Dominica Grammar School, they are playing their part. They've just come there, and it's just been surprisingly, well, I had never dealt with such a situation. Hurricane David, I was still a child. I remember staying in a shelter at the Teachers College for a few nights. But then as a grown person now, I had never dealt with such a situation. I was coming here just to deal with maybe people, even from the Bath Estate area, or those who live under the bridge, just for a night or two. But when it became that, something in me had to click. Okay, and although I had never done this, I have been in positions, dealing with people as a past member of the Dominica JCs and a teacher. Those skills they just kicked in, and it has not been so difficult for me. And we are trying our best, by the grace of God, not to be flustered. And the team of people that I've been working with, I am so proud of them. They have kept their cool, even from the public who may, they have kept their cool, and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful, and we have surprised ourselves at how much we have done and what we continue to do.
Do you have any security concerns or issues with, again, such a diverse group? Do you have any problem of keeping law and order and keeping things on track?
We have not yet experienced that, because the police has been wonderful. They come, they do their shifts, so we have maybe 4 or 5 officers doing different shifts, and it's just been wonderful. And even our own security, they too have played their part. That is the security for the Dominica Grammar School, they too have played their part. The police, the cadet corps, and it's just been wonderful. We have not had any security issues, and I'm hoping that we don't have any.